buckle up and tilt your head, because today I will be solving the MAWC semifinal 1 case by Klinsmann called IsoMetri Chaos. It is somehow, so to say, a different type, or it shifted the cell grid is shifted by 45 degrees, and you need to perform several occasions on this. It's a super cool case. I watched it with Dim next to me at the finals in Las Vegas, and it was super funny to see all those guys tilting their head. And after doing this case, I can see why they need to tilt their head. So yeah, understandable motion there, but it was super funny. So yeah, basically it's like a shifted grid, and you need to perform. So this A1 is in cell AA2, and the other cells references are also shifted, and you need to perform other stuff on this. Watch the introduction video. Hopefully we'll find it and include it in the video description. So let's jump right in. The bonus question we can solve today a little bit earlier, but for now, so this is a simple, because here this is a cell reference and we want to know what is in this cell. It's a simple indirect iso grid, and this, I think it's not indirect will not spill, right? So here we are, 40 points. Now I use a little trick, because I've also imported my lambdas here. It will get used quite a lot, my flatten map with optional distances lambda to flat this here. Yeah. Then exclude blank values, and we have now here our ISO our ISO values, and here we have our addresses. And then based on this, I do an XLOOKUP for this ISO reference in ISO returning address. And I can then track this down. Now, my most beloved feature in XLE spot cases normally are errors, because I have lambdas for this. And also here, first I have to admit, this case, it's super beautiful, because as a non-native speaker, it's super easy to understand, at least from the language side. I joked about I could solve probably this case without all of those instructions, simply with the video, those headers, and the pictures. I think it would be possible for me without the instructions. That good is this case in terms of reader understandability for non-native speakers. So here you also need to pay attention. Those errors are also shifted. So I first will unshift those arrows. Arrow clockwise. Space. So, and this arrow is basically an going up arrow, because I now will turn this ISO reference into an ADR reference, then moving this ADR reference on the grid, and then having those reference turning that into an ISO reference. Sounds super complicated, but it's super easy. So this is an going up arrow. This is an going sideways that way arrow. Alright, no, it's an going down arrow. This is an going there arrow, and this is not left. This arrow is left. It's an going that way error. Is it right? No. I shifted this and this. It's to process all of this. I've shifted a lot. So this is right 45 degrees shifted. Then this is 45 degrees shifted. Then this is 45 degrees shifted, and this is 45 degrees shifted. So always shift to the left to get to your error. That is so like the general rule. And then here a let I S D. This video could also take more than 30 minutes, but here I'm here to learn and to show my learning and not to be like the best in this game. First I need to go to the semifinals, then I can be fast at the semifinals. So I turn it's happened to me often. So here I turn those errors into other errors. Then I want start address, name this differently, xlookup for I in ISO returning ADR. This is then this address here. And now I want to have a cell reference based on reference and error array. My start reference and error array is step and the newly created arrow. What is wrong here? It should be alright. Is my arrow wrong? Yeah. I searched in the wrong, or started in the wrong column regarding those errors. It happened me. It's happening to me the second time. Now A83, which is this reference or this cell reference here above, and then turning this into ISO reference. Xlookup this in ADR, DR returning ISO 7. It is the answer. Put it in here. Check it down. Level 3 solved. Now I think before this level I will do some bonus questions. Here we have this reference and we are searching a single empty cell, and therefore I did minus minus is empty, or you can also use is blank, but my is empty lambda also pays attention to like special things regarding emptiness. So here I have 1 and zeros. 1 means empty. Then now want to search for a 1 that is in the grid, so in this shape here. And there is an 1, so here is somewhere a empty cell. Here it is, K33. How many 7s are in the yellow cells? Simple and count if an ISO for 7. Sum of yellow cells, it's sum of ISO. Removing all letters, what is the sum of all original numbers plus letters? Therefore I map ISO lambda a extract number from a string, but if the string is a number I have a problem. Therefore I use here if error a, and then I can sum this up. Yeah, right. Okay, and now going back to this level. This will be a little bit more tricky, therefore. I hesitated to start it, but we will go there. I think this level isn't the hardest. The next one will be harder. So what I will basically do here, so let's start with a LED. We could also model it out, but let's try this. Not C, cell reference, and there as input, and then C is the column of indirect of CR, R is the row of indirect. I think I will zoom in a little bit afterwards. CR. So here I know you want an output. Here we are. Not that far. And now basically if the movement is that direction because you need to shift and therefore all this head shifting has happened in the finals, then you basically are shifting always one cell down and one cell to the right here. And therefore I use lambda, it's called cell reference based on referent and movement. Cell reference is CR and the movement will be then mapped in. And I start here with a sequence of a lot. So, sorry, I need to choke. I don't know. Yeah. So, movement here. I map this in, and this is large. So I don't know, 200 rows. I'm the head of brute forcing. And also it's starting early because when we have this reference here, it could be the case that we need to go back, or we need to go back all the time, but we don't know how much. Now lambda A, and then CR is C plus R, and R, not R plus A, and R plus A. And then I get here some errors and some references, and those references are for the year. Then not letters, references, and then I need to use those references to turn them into into isometric references where the numbers are. Long story. Now we also want to have this for this the other direction, so this, if there equals this arrow, then map this. Otherwise, we're using the same approach basically, but now shift head, we are going every time one row up and one column to the right. So column plus a, row minus a. Now we have again our references. Now if we switch those errors, they will be fine. Name this ref. I don't know. I know my naming is horrible. And then an XLOOKUP for ref in ADR returning ISO. We will have some errors here and some NA. For this NA we use here, no, I think one error handling is enough. 0, and then sum of all of this. No sum possible. Why is the question? Of course, I do not need to have here R and A. I simply need here A because I moved them based on this. So I'm jumping over levels. Sorry, guys. I also do not need this here. And here it is. Shift my head. It should be minus I column. No, minus column here. Then sum 130. Okay. Let's check. I'm not so sure about the column thing, but it is alright. And we have solved this level. Now, level 5. It's a little bit different, but not tricky. In level 5, we need to we have those this as an ISO reference, and second we have a different direction because we're moving then shift one cell to the up, or yeah, you see it here in the picture. I can't describe it properly. Sorry for that. Direction is given here. SAD is xlookup. IR in ISO returning ADR. SAD don't mean sad. I'm not sad about this case. So far, at least. Now, we're using the same approach, therefore I copy this in. So it should be now here. Map sequence, movement. Now, if this is this, then we want to have minus A and here plus A, and we need to go here one row higher, and we need to stack this because we also need this for the second thing when we're going one row lower. I know with reduce I could probably make this a single thing, but yeah, no worries. So here, this is lower entire here, just switched. Now A here is fine, and then vstack this and here something in, and now we need to go shift this are then the rows. We need to go one column lower and one column higher. +1. Now it should be fine. No, it isn't. VStack is closed here. False. Yeah, this is if false. Alright. VStack. No. I think I have closed this one early. Again. I need a name. Ref. And a semicolon. Here we go. Sum 0. Great. Now debug. No, this should be fine. Handout ref. For me, hashtag name. Bad. CR. What is CR is my ISO reference, so SAD. SAD, SAD, SAD. We have some references. I think I can then again move this in there. Should be fine. 210, yeah. Now, bow mode. Let's hope that everything is fine. Yeah. Now, first I do bonus 5. So we have here all isoref and direction combinations. Isoref means basically we have all letters, and so a grid of all the letters and 26 as a number. So char sequence or use a lambda and sequence 26. Then I have all those references that are in the grid as isoreferences and possible start locations. And then I use this formula from here below and adjust it a little bit, because now instead of a max, instead of an if, oh no, I need to, in the other attempt I had this separately and then could use here a max. Okay, I will adjust this lambda some if error x look up this inside ADR, returning ISO, close one bracket 0, close another, and then this in here, and then ADR ISO 0, and in sum is right. Instead of an if, I want here to have a max. There a semicolon in between. We don't need this. Can close it. Yeah, can close it and get rid of this ref stuff. Bow mode. Yeah, 0. Is this right? We don't need there. Yeah. ISO reference is now given here. 120 should be fine. Drag this down. So we calculate some time. And we know the maximum in a few seconds. The maximum is 285. Turn the calculation off here. 285 is our number. So only 2 levels to go. I think 24 minutes. Oh, not so bad. I thought we were over 30 minutes, but yeah. Oh, and also level 6 I can solve under 30 minutes. So now it will get dirty. No, I do not need to turn this. So basically copy this grid. Is there something in? Oh, Jesus. Short break. Now it is resolved. Took me like 1 minute to wait. Get rid of this stuff. I think the problem is that here this is not values. So this flatten map lambda is working with volatile functions, and now it will get more volatile. So because go here, I can flat this map and calculate the distance in one go with my lambda. And this is not that fast. I also need to work on those lambdas stuff to make it faster. I'm currently at it, but didn't have the time. So, and now this is an ISO reference, so we need to make it a real reference. Let's look up ISO ADR. And now I have yeah, should be all right. I broke something. I don't know what. And I don't have Oreo robot on this machine. Flatten map with optional distances. Filter out values. If reference errors there, we can work with this stuff as well, but I want to have. I was so proud of showing you this. It could be this. No. Here. Sorry. I know what. I broke here the reference stuff. Probably. No. It's still working. ISO and ADR. Probably I should calculate this here. Could be that it doesn't like. Okay, this is the problem. I on the process of copying it. I broke something, but it should be in here. D4. Let's rename it II and AA. I don't know. Probably will help. But it could be the case that now a lot of other stuff is broken. No, thankfully not. Now we're getting a number reference. We can also use this in here. Yeah, it is used already. Okay, AA, no. And I get here multiple distance calculations, and I need here diagonals equals 2. We can also try this out. So filter here those values. We would later want to sum if the distance is smaller or equal to this distance here. Because then I know the distance around and know this triangular cell, and then summing up of this will be 75. Now sequence 20. I could also let's make it single cell. So this is then the grid. Use here a let. I have those values. Some take. Yes, I know. Take from the grid the first column and choose calls 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And no, it should be the same result. 75, yes. And I can now use this in here, probably make this non-dynamic, and I could have tracked it down already. So here's 75. Here we'll calculate for some time, quite some time, because these are volatile functions used there. But here we have our answers, and our answers are right. So probably over 30 minutes here, a little bit because of the problem, but I'm looking forward for level 7. So in level 7, I really need to shift the grid because now first we need to understand what we're doing here. So if the error is this, we want to sum those cells here and those cells here. Otherwise, we want to sum those cells here and those cells here. So this cross is like our middle point. And what my approach is using searching for all those ISO references that should be in. So here A1, A B1, A2, those yellow cells, and then turning this into real ADR references, then shifting, because here it's every time shifted one down using offset, shift it down for every reference one row below, and then turning this into ISO reference, because then I have my numbers I can then sum up. This will probably take some time, but yeah, it's also good learning. So, and I think I will model it and not do it single cell. I could do it single cell, but yeah. So C and R. Okay, first turn off the calculations in here. Turn off. Now we should think otherwise. There's still some going on. Here they're off. This should be also alright. Never mind. Column indirect of all of this. Row indirect of all of this. Now, we need all the references. All. Here is the. Oh no, it's off. We need all the references. Model it a little bit more at the side. Or I can drag it down later, away later. So equals all. Now column of indirect of this and row of indirect of this. The real beauty would be mapping in this thing, but this is also right. But here indirect cannot work with those stuff. You need to track it, I think. Or has it worked? Oh, it would have worked. Here it has worked. It's late, guys. So now when I'm in this here, then my column is smaller than the column here, and my row is smaller than the column here. So I filter all, or I can also use all if, also name this CC and RR, not Rolls Royce, unfortunately not. filter all if CC is smaller than this and RR is smaller than this. So now we have the references for here. I could then offset them and use it. And if we are in this here below, then filter, I stack it together, all if CC is larger or equal to the column here, or and the row is larger or equal to the column here, to the row here. Now I have all those references, C4 going on here, and then later going to 5 here, starting from C5, which is this cell reference here, should be all right. So now if this, or I map it in here so I can later work with it. If this equals this, then do this, otherwise stack something else. You can basically use all of this, but need to adjust it. So if we are in the other cells here, then here, first do it for this above. Then our row needs to be smaller. This is all right. And our column needs to be larger or equal. Yes. Larger or equal, then we get those in and those, all of those. And here, second filter, our column needs to be smaller and our row needs to be larger or equal. Yeah, should be fine. And then I want to return or offset all of this. Can offset spill? Yes. No. Is it spilled? Offset by one row. B1, A2, B2, A3. Why B1? I want to. I think I map it in. Map all of this in here. Lambda A, offset A10. Yes, I know. Sorry, my bad. I can't offset this because offset is using this references here and not this indirect reference. I do not know if I could use here indirect and offset in combination. No, I can use it for single cell. No, not even for single cell. So do something else. Use arrows. But I think for the arrows, I need to either map it. Nope, this could be right. Because we always want to go down one time. Copy this in here. Cell reference based on reference and error array. Error array is this. Yeah, this can spill. Then I can XLOOKUP this in. This is then the shifted reference. So now we are at the numbers, but still in ADR reference. Now let's turn this into ISO. Sometimes we have here no value, therefore if error 0, but if we sum this up, we are at 730. Is this right? Let's check. 730. Okay, errors, I missed something. And the question is, what do I miss? Here ISO. Here in normal mode. So all those references should be there. I don't know how much there are. Let's debug. A1, B1, A2, B2, A3, B3, and then starting C4, D3, E4, going up to Z, which is right, and then C5. Should be alright. I don't know why this is then buggy. Let's do it A2 all the time, Z5, C6, and C6 in here. Oh, now I know, or I think I know. I need to turn do I know? I need to look up this in look up this filter stuff in ISO returning ADR, because now these are ISO references. Forgot about this. And then here in XLOOKUP, because now they're ADR references, turning them back into ISO references. And then you see if error. Also, I think it would be alright if we only use here if not found. Yeah, now we're at this number. Sorry, forgot about this step. So turn this away. Check this here. Should be, I think we broke something. No, everything is fine. Sequence 20 rows, starting with 111. Example 7. X lookup for this. In here, we're at the finish straight, guys. Returning this. And here I want to have the cell reference. Glow up for this. In here, returning. I destroyed something. In here, returning this ISO reference. And then building this based on this here. This is the result here. I broke something. Based on this here above. Sorry. Yep, now we can data table it. This is the input cell to calculate. Hopefully it will not break down. I have not saved currently the file. Wow, this will take longer than usual or before. But here we are. And we have solved everything. So 1250 points, 45 minutes. It's not that bad for the second attempt and for in semifinals case. It was a super cool case. One of my most beloved cases, but I think, do I know all of Klinsmann cases? I think left-handed was a wonderful case. And also this case I scored the most, so. But yeah, great case. Great for non-native speakers. And also super interesting regarding the concept. I hope that my cases will be sometimes or some days also that great. So also not that messy in my approach. Only with the last level I got a little bit more messy and yeah, tricked somewhere, but I think this is fine. So thank you for your attention. I hope to see you in the next video and excel. Bye.